Do you miss those days, SNL days, or no?
You know, I do because it was so well. You know wait, you weren't in front of. Were you in front of an audience?
We did, yeah.
But it was like taped. It wasn't live.
Don't make fun of us. I mean,
So you guys were like taped, right?
yeah, we fucking
Right.
taped
So
it.
you
We
could
weren't
like
live.
edit and shit.
We edited.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
upper middle class.
Yeah.
But no, you were.
How? What was it? Nerve?
It was. I do miss it. Yeah, but not like, oh my god, I missed it. My decision of leaving. You know, but it's.
Yeah.
I do miss it sometimes because there's nothing like it, obviously. So.
because when we.
But it's so stressful that if I were to go back there, like if Lauren was all of a sudden like, come back, let's just be spontaneous. So if I came back and I was back in the cast for some weird reason, I'd probably be like, this is not. It's too stressful.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
Yeah, because with us, I remember, when we do a live sketch, right? We would do a take in front of a live audience,
Right.
But then they would give us notes,
Oh, that's interesting too.
right? So they would they would cut, and then you would have a bunch of writers and producers go, don't say that line, say this.
Right
And
after the scene, is it?
like, right? Yeah. So they'll
or
give
that
us
part of the scene.
No, we'll do the whole sketch.
Right.
They'd cut it, right? Because we would shoot it live.
Right.
And then they would give us notes, jokes, you know what I mean?
Right.
And quick edits. And then you would do it again.
Right.
Right? But I can't imagine
That's
like.
similar. That's similar.
No, because you guys just
we
did
have a
it
dress
one time.
rehearsal. We have a dress rehearsal though. In front of a live audience, but it's not a live show. It's not the one that people are going to see on television. So we do have that. So we have that. I like how you do that.
Yeah.
But we do have an opportunity to do what you did and see if jokes work or not. Like, it's a 2-hour show that we do, and we already know there's going to be a half-hour cut.
Wow.
So-
Right.
But
So-
we have that time to give notes and stuff.
But were you? I can imagine that in the beginning of each show, you would be. Because for me, if I was on, because being on MadTV felt like we were on community theater. Like it didn't. There was
Right.
no stakes. It didn't feel like the
Yeah.
stakes were high.
And it came across that way. No.
That's a real you, by the way.
That's me.
Yeah. But
I'm such a dick.
yeah.
No.
But I can't imagine. I always think too when I was on Mad, going, I wouldn't be able to do SNL because just the pressure of it. You know what I mean? So I mean, were you like the night before like sleepless because you were so nervous?
No, I was more. If you're, I was like, if you're busy enough, you won't be sleepless.
Right.
And I usually had a pretty good show. Lauren was giving to me, and he put my stuff in, so he trusted me.
Right.
So I was one of the luckier ones. I was a little bit on the upper middle class. I mean,
Yeah.
No, but no, he was. I got a lot of my stuff in, so it wasn't as bad as stressful as some others may have.
Wait, who was on your generation on the show? It was Will.
It was one of the best. I think it was
Yeah.
Will, Tina, Jimmy, Seth, Polar, Rachel Dratch, Horatio,
oh
The
my God.
Rachel
Brett
Dratch.
Armstrong,
Great.
Molly,
Molly.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah.
Bill Murray, Chevy Chase. No.
Yeah.
Who else? Yeah, it was a good cat. It was a great cat.
Oh, what? Yeah, it's a really good class.
Will Arnett.
Great.
Right? Or Forte. God, there's so many Wills.
Yeah.
Will Forte.
Forte, yeah.
Not Arnett.
Because it was like obviously the old school at the beginning, right?
Right.
And then there was the generation, the Eddie Murphy, Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
That was a weird time.
It wasn't like
But that
super
was like
strong.
not to be rude to the others in the cast, but that was like the Eddie Murphy time, I think. That's when I started watching SNL, because I was like, this guy is insane.
It's so
Really
good.
good.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And that's so fun to watch in comedy, just like seeing that guy that just lifted the bar,
Yeah.
and you're just waiting for everyone else to go up to that bar now,
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, everybody's going to have to compete with this guy because he's so good.
And then you
That's so exciting. That doesn't happen that often anymore.
it doesn't.
It just doesn't, You're waiting for who's the next hero.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's another to be discussed.
And then you had the Dana
Right.
Carvey,
Right.
John Lovitz, Phil Hartman,
Right.
David Spade,
Yeah,
Schneider,
that
all
was a
those
great
guys,
one.
Adam
Yeah.
Sandler,
Dennis
right?
Miller, right.
And then your wave was great. You know what I mean? So
That's what I grew up to because when I
To
came
me, to my
from
wave.
when I came from the Philippines
Philippines.
at 15, that
You had a
was
small television.
we had a big television
Oh,
back
she
home,
came
but we didn't
rich-
have
she
American
was rich, too.
programs. We were
she's
rich
upper
then.
middle.
We were
She was
up.
rich.
She was
No, we
upper
weren't.
until
Yeah, you were.
Only in the first
You
part
tell
of
me
my
your
life.
dad was like a fucking,
Yeah, but then he lost. He made some
an
bad
admiral of some
money.
sort of fleet or something.
He had gambling issues.
Oh my God, how did you know
He
this?
just said he lost something.
Well, no, he
But you
made
didn't
some
get to the
really
money
bad
part.
money moves.
Oh,
But he
yeah.
comes from old money. My dad was all his side of the family was
Like
very rich.
Scrooge.
When I first came to the United States, I hadn't really watched any SNL growing up because there's
Right.
only a few American programs that made it back home. Gary Shandling made it back home. The other things, Wimbledon tennis, stuff like that.
Yeah, those go hand in hand.
Yeah. When
We
I
know.
came here, it was like,
Wimbledon? Are you watching Wimbledon? No. Oh, you must be watching Gary Shandling.